resistance is futile.
Boldly going where no show has gone before. This is The Week in Geek with David D. Squared and Brian Held. Heard live on News Talk 99.5 WRNO and the iHeartRadio app. Here are your hosts, Brian Held and D. Squared.
Greetings, people of Earth. This is The Week in Geek, your source for geek and pop culture news that's trending now. I'm your host, D Squared with
Brian Held.
Brian Held. How the hell are you, buckaroo?
Man, I'm great. And our thanks to the wonderful folks over at New Orleans Comic-Con that was at the Hilario Center all weekend. We had a great time hanging out there.
We did. It was nice.
Yeah.
Man, they had actual comic books at a Comic-Con.
Who knew? Who knew? That's
knew?
Good. Yeah. But, so that was great. We had a lot of fun all weekend. We posted a few pictures. We got some more coming from Don Cooper, so we'll get that out soon. And I wanted to mention, I heard the commercial for our T-shirts. You know, Dave, we're running a special on T-shirts right now.
Shut the front door.
Absolutely. This whole month, and the advert is on our Facebook page. We have our comic book cover shirts.
I'm wearing it right now.
You are, and it's only $25. And
Holy
then
crap, that's a steal.
I know.
It's a Preston Aceveda original.
It is.
Even though he traces. He's a really good tracer.
And our regular logo shirts are on sale for only $10.
Absolutely. All right, let's lay out the show real quick. We're going to obviously open up with top nerd news. Then we're going to have an extended edition with Skungy today because the E3 conference is going on right now. I was about to say contest.
Well, it's all the press conferences going on right now. Yeah, it starts
Right.
on the 12th.
Okay. And then we also have
Gigi Edgely is our guest tonight. Yeah, she's talking about her Wanderland tour and a few other things going on with her, so that's cool.
Yeah, and then we'll close the show like we always do with This Week in Geek History. But now this. And now, your top nerd news stories from around the world, brought to you by the Viridian Tea Company. Find them on Etsy. And now, your top nerd news stories. All right, Brian, what's stopping us off, buckaroo?
So, Game of Thrones is getting a prequel, Dave.
I find myself speechless in the radio business right now, which is
Really?
not good because they're like, what am I supposed to say? George R.R. Martin, I'm just going to go find him and kick him right in his suspended wearing pants ass.
Why? Because he hasn't finished the book series?
That would be exactly correct. Ding, ding, first try.
So, when are we getting the final bit of, what is it, Season 8? When does that start?
2019.
2019.
2019, maybe.
Okay, so I would be willing to bet $1 that as soon as it drops, you're going to see that final book that he's made everybody wait for. You're going to see it drop at the same time. I'd be willing to put $1 on it right now.
For the HBO series, the final series?
Right. You're going to see it both simultaneously happen at the same time. That was the wait. But this is actually kind of interesting.
I'll take your $1 on that.
Okay, all right. This is kind of interesting, though, because this is set like 1,000 years prior to the events of the series.
With the first man and how the White Walkers came to be.
Right, in the Age of Heroes and all that good stuff. I think this is kind of cool. I don't mind so much when a series goes that far into the past.
Right.
Because it doesn't have direct ties in. You can actually tell interesting stories like that. But
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, they have the little elf spirits, whatever the hell they're called, the little wood nymphs or whatever they're called. They're the ones that made the White Walkers.
Okay.
It's all their fault when we have zombies in the Game of Thrones world. But no, I mean, you've got the Targaryens, the Age of Dragons, and Heroes. I think it's a great sandbox that they're going back to. And there's not a whole lot. It's not like the Silmarillion where you've got tomes upon tomes of crap. You know,
right.
He's got some prequel stuff out there. I just can't remember what all it is.
Okay, well, I mean, I think it'll be cool.
Okay. Did you think Cloak and Dagger was cool?
You're
the only one in this room that's watched it.
Oh, so I watched the very first episode. It premiered on Freeform on June 7th with 2 episodes.
Okay.
And some people were concerned that you can only get it behind a paywall, but it is available on Hulu, and that's where I saw it.
Do you consider Cox Cable a paywall?
I thought there was a ABC streaming service.
Oh, if there is, I don't know why anybody would want that.
Yeah, well, regardless, I watched the first episode. I liked it. I think that New Orleans got some good representation out of it. It was filmed here.
Yeah, they're on top of the Roosevelt Hotel.
Yeah, well, and they're in the Marigny as well, right by the Crew de Vue.
Did they take an airboat to Algiers and then walk one block to the swamp?
No, they didn't do that.
Okay,
but
then I'll give them a shot.
They were in a set of woods at one point, and then they went running and ended up in a cemetery, and I thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah, that's...
I mean, that's possible.
Creative license. No, it's not. No, it's not.
They got cemeteries out in the woods.
That's the North Shore.
Right.
Jesus. So I don't know. I think it looks too much of a love story for me, and I just don't care.
Okay.
I can't get all in on a love story.
All right.
Not my cup of tea, mate.
All right, fair enough.
What's next?
Do you want to talk about Netflix? What's coming out in June?
Yeah, there's a whole boatload of stuff, but the big stuff was it's later on in the month. Where the hell is it?
What, June
20th? Stack of crap, Brian.
Right, June 22nd, Marvel's Luke Cage.
That's one of them, yeah. Luke Cage Season 2 is coming out.
Yeah, that's very
And then there's
exciting.
another Marvel movie late in the month.
How about June 5th, Marvel Studios Thor Ragnarok?
That's it.
That
was it. That's what I was hoping for.
Yeah.
Yes, because I have yet to see it since it came out of the theaters. So,
Really?
I mean, I saw it in the theaters, but, I mean, that was a long time ago now.
Okay.
So now I can make use of my Netflix account.
And then on the 26th is Star Wars The Last Jedi. That comes out.
That was it. 3 things. I mean, just for $9.95 a month, you make your nut back right on those 3 movies.
Also, June
2 movies.
June 29th, Glow Season 2. Did you watch Glow, the first season?
You would think somebody like me would have.
Yeah.
You would think I'd give it rapt attention, the gorgeous ladies of wrestling, but no, I have not. I have not carved out the time.
My wife and I watched it. It was great.
You watched it with your wife?
I did, yeah. It was great.
Really?
Yeah.
What does she have to say about this?
She enjoyed it as well.
Are you sure?
Absolutely.
I highly doubt that.
Well, that's the thing is that I may hate sports as, like
it's not sports. It's rampant abuse of women, Brian. They're demeaning them in this series.
No, they present some strong women in here. But regardless, I like the story of sports. I like the drama.
I hate your face.
So, well, I hate yours too.
Well, great. That's awesome. King's Speech comes out on the 6th. I think it's already out.
Okay.
That's a great damn movie, The King's Speech. Mm-hmm. All right, what's next?
You wanted to talk about the DC digital release date for Swamp Thing?
Yeah, I don't know when it's coming out, but Swamp Thing, I think they're full of crap, Brian, because the guy who's in charge of DC is like, well, we're getting a lot of buzz about Swamp Thing. It's such a horror title, and people are just really going, for Christ's sake, who? Who the hell's out there going there? Who is going on? I got to get my Swamp Thing on. Who, Brian?
Yeah, there's something in here about, we didn't realize how many Swamp Thing fans we had.
Yeah, what, all 12 of them? You counted them on the internet? Did you? Is that what you did, DC?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus, Mary and Joseph.
Well, it's going to be
just put a fork in them, Brian. They're done.
They're
done. I can't even fake to be their fanboy anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It makes me sick.
I had no idea the character was so popular. I see people really excited for Swamp Thing. Yeah, there you go.
Point them out to me. Point them out on the internet. I'm gonna troll them right now.
Yeah. So it's
at Twig Radio.
It's going to be live action. So
is Adrienne Barbeau in? Is Adrienne Barbeau in it with her giant knockers? That's the only reason I watched Swamp Thing as a kid. Adrienne Barbeau and her giant boobs.
Oh, jeez.
Same thing with Escape from New York. It's the truth.
Escape from New York was a good movie.
But Adrienne Barbeau was in it.
Okay.
And her boobs.
Oh, stop, Dave.
It's the truth. I watched it for that.
All right.
Maybe you watched it for Snake Plissken. Not me, sir.
Oh, Jesus.
Go back to the 80s. Look at Swamp Thing. Who's traipsing around in a damn swamp with a skin-tight red suit with the zipper passed beneath her navel? No one. No one, Brian.
Take a deep breath, Dave.
Woosah.
Yes, thank you.
Skungy's calling.
Skungy's calling. All right, last thing on my list. Stranger Things book set for fall debut from Penguin Random House. Our friends over at Penguin. This looks kind of cool. They're going to have 2 titles, some behind-the-scenes companion book.
Okay.
So
it's like a real-life book? Like it's not like, fiction? It's just like what they did behind the scenes?
There's a behind-the-scenes companion book and a hardcover gift book for young readers.
All right, well, that's, I guess. Yeah,
and then there's something they're talking about possibly giving some origin to Eleven's mom.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I'd be interested in that.
Yeah, so we'll see. I mean, it looks cool. Hopefully they send us an art copy.
Oh yeah, I guess I should have just poo-pooed on it.
Yeah, exactly, Dave.
I don't care about behind the scenes crap.
Okay,
that's just me.
So, are we ready to get to Skungy pretty much? Yeah. So we do have a lot of E3 coverage to talk about. That, of course, is Tuesday, June 12th through Thursday, June 14th. A lot of video games coming out. A lot of great things to talk about. In fact,
and we have trailers about them: like Anthem, Cyberpunk 2077.
Right. And I'm running out of this studio when we get off the air because the Bethesda press conference is at 8:30.
Do you really think they're going to jerk your chain around, or they're going to actually drop this Fallout 72 on us, or Vault 72 on us?
Vault 76? Yeah, they're going to drop the stuff.
Are you sure?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think they're screwing with you.
All right, guys, stay tuned. When we get back, we'll have Skungy and his pick of the week. You're listening to The Week in Geek on News Talk 99.5 WRNO.
Call me Adrian Barbeau.
D4 Tabletop Gaming Cafe is open at 8228 Oak Street, just 2 blocks off of Carrollton. D4 Tabletop Gaming Cafe has your RPGs and TCGs and a wall full of board games to rent both in-store and to take home. It's not just a game shop. As the name D4 Tabletop Gaming Cafe says, it's also a cafe serving real food at great prices. Po' boys, salads, wraps, soups, pastries, and more. So head out to 8228 Oak Street and have some fun. And when it's all over, they'll clean up after you and all your nasty friends.
You've waited for it, and now it's here. Get your very own Week in Geek Radio Show t-shirt and help support our show. These 100% cotton black t-shirts with the Week in Geek Radio Show logo are going fast. So don't wait. Go to twigradio.com and order your shirt now. Just go to twigradio.com and get your very own Week in Geek Radio Show t-shirt. $15 up to XL, $17 for 2X and 3X. That's twigradio.com.
Friends, is your morning tea just not your cup of tea? Then try the tea blends of Viridian Tea Company. At Viridian Tea Company, they sell blends guaranteed to make you think outside the box. With such blends as My Enemy's Tears, Goth Librarian, Cyberpunk, and many more, your tea experience will be out of this world. Look for the blends at Tubby & Coo's Mid-City Bookshop, located at 631 North Carrollton, or on Etsy at Viridian Tea Company. Try Viridian Tea Company today. Your taste buds will thank you.
Do you have a message or logo that you need the world to see? Then rely on the folks at Gretna Signworks to use their expertise to deliver your design. With over 15 years in business, Gretna Signworks can do commercial and yard signs, banners, screen-printed t-shirts, magnetic signs, vehicle graphics and lettering, and so much more. Gretna Signworks also has an exceptional network of suppliers, so no job is out of scope. Find Gretna Signworks on Facebook or visit them at 2125 Bell Chase Highway today.
Mata Hari, Agent H21 is a spy fiction short story anthology about the famous dancer, seductress, and spy from World War I. Mata Hari, Agent H21, published by Pro Se Productions, has 7 rip-roaring adventure tales about the world-famous super spy that features her battling her enemies by using any weapons at her disposal. Mata Hari, Agent H21 is available for purchase in ebook and paperback formats on Amazon.com.
Black Tie Tans, the premier mobile spray tanning professionals of New Orleans. Black Tie Tans will come to you and give you a natural glistening glow on the go. First-time customers get 20% off their first tan. Find them on Facebook at Black Tie Tans or email them at blacktitans@gmail.com to set your appointment. Going to a wedding? Going out to the club? Black Tie Tans will give you the look you need. Black Tie Tans. Tell your pale friends.
Now, back to the Week in Geek with local celebrity Brian Held, #LCBH. Here are your hosts, local celebrity Brian Held, and that other guy, what's his name again?
Welcome back. You're listening to The Week in Geek on News Talk 99.5 WRNO. This is Brian Held with
D Squared.
And do we have Skungy on the line, Dave?
No, we do not, because I don't really want to talk to him.
Oh,
right
you
now.
do. I mean, it's, come on, man. It's E3 time. This is his big time to shine throughout the whole year.
I am not what you would call a handsome man.
Skungy's Pick of the Week is brought to you by GameStop and ThinkGeek.com.
Skungy's Pick of the Week.
He might be an idiot savant.
Woohoo!
Skungy, what's shaking bacon?
Oh, it's Skungy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man.
Hi.
Hey, how's it going, man?
It's going all right. It's my favorite time of the year.
All right. Well, what you got going on, man? Did you want to talk about Space Hulk Deathwing real quick?
We can save that review for another time.
All right, let's get into E3.
I got so much stuff with E3.
All right, get to it.
All right. So first things first, we got EA had their press conference yesterday.
Right.
It was kind of lackluster.
Really?
Yeah, it was a little lackluster, but they did have some shining moments out of there. So Battlefield 5 is going to be set in World War II.
Okay.
And it's going to have, it seems to be par for the course now, a Battle Royale mode. Same thing as PUBG, same thing as Fortnite, same thing as Call of Duty is going to be doing.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Yay.
Well, I mean, that makes sense, right? I mean, PUBG and Fortnite are real big in the Battle Royale. It's just like, everybody's like, oh, there's a new FPS out. Yeah, I don't care. I have an FPS. I'm happy with it. I don't need different graphics. It's great. All right.
Yeah, I mean, you still got to pay for it. That's why what makes the other ones great, because they're cheap and free.
I'm glad that they're going into World War II, which is where Battlefield actually started. So, but, we'll see how it goes. EA is doing, they're trying to work on a cloud streaming games. So they want to have it where you can stream anywhere, like on your mobile devices as well.
It's like the Premier tier thing that we're talking about.
Also, they have for your dirty PC, the Origin Access PC. It's where they're going to have over 100 games with a paid streaming membership that you can get directly on your PC. And they're going to have new games on there as well.
Right, and that's the one where you get early access, right?
Yeah, you're going to get early access to some of them. So, I mean, that's pretty cool.
Well, hey, let's step back for a second real quick about this cloud access for games. Now, I remember a while ago where game companies were talking about you're not necessarily needing to beef up your PC or have to go through massive upgrades, that they would handle all the graphics intensive power requirements on the cloud, and you would just essentially act as a dummy terminal to play the game. Is that kind of what you're talking about?
That's what they're talking about, that they want to have, but they also want to have console quality gaming on like a phone, on a tablet. So having no difference in playing on your Xbox or your PlayStation and playing the same game on your tablet or your phone.
All right.
So it's ambitious, and it's still a couple of years out, but that's what they're talking about.
All right, that seems fair. What else from EA? Anything good?
Respawn Studios came and just dropped this little nugget. It's like, hey, we're working on a Star Wars game. It's called Jedi: The Fallen Order.
Oh, wait, here, Skungy.
Episodes 3 and 4. That's it. We'll see you later. Bye. Talk to you later.
You have a trailer for it, Dave?
Not now.
Okay.
There's no trailer for it. They didn't do anything for it. It was just that.
Yeah, the dude just here it is. Skungy, shut up.
We're not ready to show all of our stuff yet. We're working on a bunch of stuff. It's amazing. The teams are kicking ass.
This dude's sitting on his ass in the theater.
We wanted to bring a little tidbit.
Okay.
So we've been working with Lucas on getting the name and kind of the setting for what our Star Wars game is going to be, and we're going to talk about it right now.
Oh, you guys got any guesses? I bet you the internet is going wild right now.
He's just sitting there.
I hope so.
Wait, he's in the audience?
Star Wars name is Jedi Fallen Order.
Woo! So Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
Yeah, so it kind of gives you some idea that you'll be playing a Jedi.
So Vince, you got anything else?
Well, it takes place during the Dark Times. Trying to be a little vague here, but when the Jedis are being hunted, so it's going to be spectacular.
So for all the hardcore nerds out there who want to know where in the timeline, between which episodes is it?
Between 3 and 4.
Okay. All right. Between
time.
3 and 4.
He's
That sounds like a nice
He's just
time.
sitting in his
Got
chair.
any other tidbits?
It's not a nice...
It's a dark time.
It's a dark time.
Dark times of
that's all we got
of the
from
reboot.
them. So it's like, I'm glad that they're doing something new, but it's kind of like, give us a little bit something else.
Yeah,
at the
end.
Some news on a Star Wars front.
Yeah, at the end, he said
something that I never thought would happen with all the debacle with Star Wars Battlefront 2. They came out and said, "We're sorry, our bad. We screwed up on the launch of this. we're trying to make it right.
I don't think
they owned up to their mistakes, and they've got plenty of new content coming out. They're not charging you for this content. They're going to add solo content where you can go to the Kessel planet. You're going to be able to play as like Grievous soon and Obi-Wan and Dooku and all that. So that looks good.
Is that the one also where you can do the Clone Wars battles?
That's something
they're bringing the Clone Wars era to the game.
Yeah, it's not out yet though.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the last thing from EA but this is the big one, Anthem.
All right, here, Skungy, stop.
Anthem is good.
Skungy.
I swear, it's like he's not listening to a word we say. Oh, Skungy, take a deep breath, buddy.
The gods vanished and left our world in chaos, creating, altering, destroying. The anthem is all that remains.
There's a storm coming. These walls can't protect us forever.
Something is out there. It wants to destroy us all.
I just want to kill stuff to this song.
Yeah.
All right, Skungy.
I like it.
Yeah, I know. It's like they
I mean,
it all.
It looks really good. You're going to have like 4 different classes. Like you're going into these machines, and each machine, there are 4 different machines, which is basically classes. But the cool thing is that for every mission, you can go into another one of the machines. So it's not like you're stuck playing one type of character throughout the entire game. You can jump between these different suits of armor that you wear that have different abilities.
That's cool.
It comes out in February. And a cool thing they said is that they're not doing any loot boxes. Everything cosmetic for it that you buy, you're going to know what it is. So there's no like randomness to it.
All right.
Oh, well, that's not bad. Well, look.
So, like I said, Anthem, the big one that EA is, like I said, they're banking everything
now
on.
This
that
is
comes
the
out in
one.
February.
This is
and
the
that
one.
was basically it. It was the EA was not that. It was okay. I give it a C for they've had much better press conferences.
All right, so Anthem though, I mean,
but Microsoft was up next. That just happened about 2.5 hours ago, 3 hours ago.
All right.
I literally think they brought a kitchen sink out onto the stage because they did so much. They showed 50 games during their press conference.
50.
They started out the press conference with Halo Infinite. Halo Infinite, which is, I'm guessing is Halo 5?
Okay.
It was dropped. It was just a trailer.
I saw something about Gear 5.
Well, that's later. I'm getting to that one. But yeah, they did. So yeah, I'll just talk about Gears now. 5. They did Gears 5. They announced Gears of War 5, but they just called it Gears 5. So I'm guessing they're just dropping the of War moniker. I don't know why. Maybe it's because they don't want to sound like God of War with the GOW or whatnot, but it's a direct continuation of the events that happened in 4.
All right.
It picks up exactly where 4 left off. They didn't give us too much of it. They showed just a brief trailer. The trailer is awesome, though. And if you didn't play 4, spoiler alert, the trailer does kind of pick up and show you a little bit of what happened at the end of 4. So a little bit of a spoiler, but I'm a huge fan of Gears. It's a great franchise. It looks good. And then they also announced Gears Tactics, which is going to be on PC, but hopefully it'll be on console as well, which is basically the best way I can describe it is Gears XCOM.
Okay.
Really?
Yes.
Right,
yes,
I'm
Gears
on board.
XCOM.
All right, I'm down with that.
Well, hold on, because I saw something to do with Funko Pops and Gears.
There is a mobile game that's going to come out next year called Gears Pop. It's on iOS and Android. They didn't give us any details of it. They just showed a trailer of it and saying that it's something that they're working on, that the collective is working on with Funko, which would be the first Funko game, which only makes sense because Funko's huge. It would make sense that they would jump into the video game business.
Yeah. So, hey, Skungy, look, we got to take a break, but we're going to keep you on the line and keep digging into E3, all right?
No problem.
All right, guys, so when we get back, more Skungy's Pick of the Week. Stay tuned. You're listening to The Week in Geek on News Talk 99.5 WRNO.
Tabletop Gaming Cafe is open at 8228 Oak Street, just 2 blocks off of Carrollton. D4 Tabletop Gaming Cafe has your RPGs and TCGs and a wall full of board games to rent both in-store and to take home. It's not just a game shop. As the name D4 Tabletop Gaming Cafe says, it's also a cafe serving real food at great prices. Po' boys, salads, wraps, soups, pastries, and more. So head out to 8228 Oak Street and have some fun. And when it's all over, they'll clean up after you and all your nasty friends. Jezebel Johnston, Devil's Handmaid by Nancy Hansen, is now an audiobook read for you by Brian Held. It's a tale of a young girl from Tortuga who disguises herself as a boy and bluffs her way onto a pirate ship, chasing after her one true love, only to find adventure on the high seas. Jezebel Johnston, Devil's Handmaid is available on Amazon, Audible, and iTunes. Get your copy of Jezebel Johnston today.
Do you have a message or logo that you need the world to see? Then rely on the folks at Gretna Signworks to use their expertise to deliver your design. With over 15 years in business, Gretna Signworks can do commercial and yard signs, banners, screen-printed t-shirts, magnetic signs, vehicle graphics and lettering, and so much more. Gretna Signworks also has an exceptional network of suppliers, so no job is out of scope. Find Gretna Signworks on Facebook or visit them at 2125 Bell Chase Highway today.
Friends, is your morning tea just not your cup of tea? Then try the tea blends of Viridian Tea Company. At Viridian Tea Company, they sell blends guaranteed to make you think outside the box. With such blends as My Enemy's Tears, Goth Librarian, Cyberpunk, and many more, your tea experience will be out of this world. Look for the blends at Tubby & Coo's Mid-City Bookshop, located at 631 North Carrollton, or on Etsy at Viridian Tea Company. Try Viridian Tea Company today. Your taste buds will thank you.
You've waited for it, and now it's here. Get your very own Week in Geek Radio Show t-shirt and help support our show. These 100% cotton black t-shirts with the Week in Geek Radio Show logo are going fast. So don't wait. Go to twigradio.com and order your shirt now. Just go to twigradio.com and get your very own Week in Geek Radio Show t-shirt. $15 up to XL, $17 for 2X and 3X. That's twigradio.com. This is Captain Rex, troopers, and you're listening to The Week in Geek. Now move out. Welcome back. This is The Week in Geek with D Squared and
Brian Held.
And we actually did not fire Skungy, or I didn't fire him, because Brian never fires him because he's a puddin'.
Yay!
Yay! Welcome back, Special Skungy.
All right, so where were we, Skungy?
All right, so we're in we're in the Microsoft E3 conference, and I'm going to say, okay, so you were talking earlier about it. So your best friend in the world, Brian, Todd Howard, came out during the conference to talk a little bit about Fallout 76.
What? During the Microsoft conference?
Yeah, he did. The Microsoft and Bethesda have always had a good working relationship, even because the original Xbox was the only console to ever have Morrowind on it.
Okay.
So they've had a good relationship. Well, he came out to say, number one, that on the Gamer Pass, which I'm going to get to in a minute, Fallout 4 is now available on the Xbox Gamer Pass.
All right, cool.
But Fallout 76 is going to be a prequel to all the other Fallouts. It happens before any of the other Fallouts that have happened so far.
Okay.
It is 4 times the size of Fallout 4.
Holy jeez.
How is that even freaking possible?
And I want to say, like, Fallout 4 was, 25 square miles.
It was ridiculous, and it is you are the first people to emerge from the vault, and it's set in West Virginia.
Okay. Yeah.
That's all we know.
Okay. Oh, they haven't said anything else.
That's all we know. We'll probably find out more tonight at 8:30 when you have the Bethesda press conference. So
yes.
We'll just have to wait and hear. And then, speaking of the Gamer Pass.
All right.
Xbox Gamer Pass, they've been pushing this really, really a lot now. It is their basically subscription-based service. It's, if I'm correct, it's like $120 a year.
All right.
But you get to download games stream games that are on that service that you can play. Now, basically, every single first-party Microsoft game that will come out is available day one to start playing through that service. So, like State of Decay 2 was, Sea of Thieves was, when Crackdown 3 finally comes out, that will be. But then they also have some classic games on there, and I had to mention, Knights of the Old Republic is available to download through Gamer Pass on your Xbox One.
Oh, God.
Cool.
I knew you were going to cry about that.
Okay, what's next?
All right, so, like Crackdown 3, sequel to the third installment and one of the best, just action, fun, over-the-top games, is coming in February. Terry Crews is having a huge part of it. They're putting him in the commercials and the trailer. His voice is in the game. That's going to be a lot of fun. Metro, Exodus. Metro is a series that's based off of a book series about after the fallout of nuclear war, people live underground because the air is contaminated, and they go onto the surface looking for stuff, trying to find supplies and new, ways to live. Well, it's the third game in that installment.
Cool. All right, look, I'm antsy. What about Cyberpunk 2077?
Okay, so Cyberpunk 2077, that is made by CD Red Project, the same people who made The Witcher. They showed a trailer for it.
Hey, I got the trailer, Skungy. You want to hear it?
Go ahead.
All right.
In 2077, they voted my city the worst place to live in America. Main issues, sky-high rate of violence, and more people living below the poverty line than anywhere else.
Like New Orleans.
Can't deny it, it's all true. But everybody still wants to live here. This city's always got a promise for you. Might be a lie, an illusion, but it's there, just around the corner, and it keeps you going. It's a city of dreams.
It's like he drives.
Big dreamer.
It's like he drives off in Kit. Brian doesn't think it looks like Kit, but I think it's an homage to Kit.
Maybe vaguely. Sure, I'm super excited
for this game, but it's been in the making it was in development hell for the longest time. The first time I saw an E3 trailer for it was probably maybe 5 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago when we first saw a trailer for it. So we're hoping that it was huge. It was a huge surprise. That's like one of the biggest surprises for their press conference. So
yep, and they're
unfortunately,
saying
it didn't show you anything about gameplay or anything like that.
Right.
But, hey, I'm happy to see the trailer.
And it's going to be single player, free DLC for the life of the game. And
That's CD Red Project. That's what they do. I mean, they did it with the Witcher. I mean, regular DLC. They had 2 expansions that were paid for, but all the little DLC was all free.
Yeah. Cool.
So there's that. Kingdom Hearts 3 finally gets a date coming out January 29th. That's been 10 years since that game was first announced.
Nice.
All right.
So don't hold your breath.
One more before we let you go, man.
Okay.
You got one more?
I got one more.
But pick your best.
What was that?
Pick your best one.
That's what I'm trying. Oh, man. You know what? I'm going to have to say because
well, look, you know what?
Thinking about.
We'll probably have to bring you back next week, Brian, because we got Bethesda coming out tonight. Who else is starts all the way up to the 12th, right?
Dover, go ahead.
I'm going to say We Happy Few finally got a date. It comes out in August. That's that weird game that's set. It looks like a London-type game with everybody with the painted white faces.
Yeah,
the
druggy hipsters, yes.
Yeah, it's finally getting a date. It was pushed back, and we didn't know when it was going to come out. Well, they just came out and said, hey, It's coming out on August the 10th.
Well, that's because each game gets a tab of ecstasy for free.
Oh, jeez.
Probably, yeah. You get that. You get that.
Or LSD, one or the other. You get your bonus pack. You find out which one you get.
Yep. So tonight, Bethesda at 8:30 Central, Devolver Digital at 10 Central. On Monday, Square Enix, Ubisoft, and Sony, and on Tuesday, Nintendo.
Ooh,
so,
all right, Skungy, you live to fight another week. We're not going to fire you because we need you to come back next week.
Battletoads.
Awesome. All right, so time for Gigi Edgely?
Yes.
Awesome. Thanks, Skungy.
Later, guys.
All right, let's go to break.
All right.
All right, guys, stay tuned. You're listening to The Week in Geek. When we get back, we'll talk with Gigi Edgely. You've waited for it, and now it's here. Get your very own Week in Geek Radio Show t-shirt and help support our show. These 100% cotton black t-shirts with the Week in Geek Radio Show logo are going fast. So don't wait. Go to twigradio.com and order your shirt now. Just go to twigradio.com and get your very own Week in Geek Radio Show t-shirt. $15 up to XL, $17 for 2X and 3X. That's twigradio.com.
Friends, is your morning tea just not your cup of tea? Then try the tea blends of Viridian Tea Company. At Viridian Tea Company, they sell blends guaranteed to make you think outside the box. With such blends as My Enemy's Tears, Goth Librarian, Cyberpunk, and many more, your tea experience will be out of this world. Look for the blends at Tubby & Coo's Mid-City Bookshop, located at 631 North Carrollton, or on Etsy at Viridian Tea Company. Try Viridian Tea Company today. Your taste buds will thank you.
Black Tie Tans, the premier mobile spray tanning professionals of New Orleans. Black Tie Tans will come to you and give you a natural glistening glow on the go. First-time customers get 20% off their first tan. Find them on Facebook at Black Tie Tans or email them at blacktitans@gmail.com to set your appointment. Going to a wedding? Going out to the club? Black Tie Tans will give you the look you need. Black Tie Tans. Tell your pale friends.
D4 Tabletop Gaming Cafe is open at 8228 Oak Street, just 2 blocks off of Carrollton. D4 Tabletop Gaming Cafe has your RPGs and TCGs and a wall full of board games to rent both in-store and to take home. It's not just a game shop. As the name D4 Tabletop Gaming Cafe says, it's also a cafe serving real food at great prices. Po' boys, salads, wraps, soups, pastries, and more. So head out to 8228 Oak Street and have some fun. And when it's all over, they'll clean up after you and all your nasty friends.
Do you have a message or logo that you need the world to see? Then rely on the folks at Gretna Signworks to use their expertise to deliver your design. With over 15 years in business, Gretna Signworks can do commercial and yard signs, banners, screen-printed t-shirts, magnetic signs, vehicle graphics and lettering, and so much more. Gretna Signworks also has an exceptional network of suppliers, so no job is out of scope. Find Gretna Signworks on Facebook or visit them at 2125 Bell Chase Highway today.
Mata Hari, Agent H21, is a spy fiction short story anthology about the famous dancer, seductress, and spy from World War I. Mata Hari, Agent H21, published by Pro Se Productions, has 7 rip-roaring adventure tales about the world-famous super spy that features her battling her enemies by using any weapons at her disposal. Mata Hari, Agent H21 is available for purchase in ebook and paperback formats on Amazon.com.
My name is Optimus Prime, and you are listening to The Week in Geek. Autobots, transform and roll out!
This is Brian Held with the Week in Geek radio show on News Talk 99.5 WRNO, and I'm joined by a very special guest, Miss Gigi Edgely. How are you?
I am fantastic. I'm very excited. There's lots of awesome things bubbling along in my life at the moment, and I'm very, very grateful and blessed that I'm joining you today on your show. So thank you for having me.
Absolutely. And, you know, you're right. We had you on about 7 months ago, around October 15th. You came on to promote QuestCon in Mobile, and now, like you said, you've got a whole bunch of stuff going on. But let's start with something very interesting, a project you were involved in, and I believe I'm pronouncing this correctly, Diminuendo. Is that right?
Yeah, it's a beautiful film. We're working with my dear, dear friend Richard Hatch, and he actually got me involved with Diminuendo. They were looking for an actress to play his his partner, and he asked if I would read for them. So it was a very special process because obviously Richard was going through some challenges, and the movie was extremely intense, and every step of it was a really beautiful journey to experience with Richard and the cast. They just premiered it in Florida at a film festival, so I'm waiting to hear how it all went. And yeah, it's a very exciting little project. Keep an eye out for it because you will be blown away. It's also very good because there's a lot of actors in it that are your typical sci-fi actors, but we're not playing our usual sci-fi characters, which I think is great that people get to see us in other roles as well, not just flying spaceships and battling aliens. Like Walter Koenig is in it as well, and he plays a very savvy, producer/agent, and he just had me in stitches the whole time when I was watching him. And yeah, it's a very magnificent movie. You should check it out.
No, that sounds great. And it's so nice to see you guys do a range of stuff, not just all sci-fi all the time. So that's great. Now, we're going to keep it in the sci-fi theme, though, is your last big music project that we saw on the net was Closer, the music video that you put out. How's the reception been for that?
The Closer was really exciting because, through my career, I've worked with the big producers and the big studios, and I've been very lucky along my journey. And now I've been just sort of fooling around with making my own productions, which is very exciting for me because life's very short. And I think we all need to remind ourselves to believe in our dreams and do what we love. And I believe if we work tirelessly to achieve them, we will. So Closer was a very big project that was filled with lots of courage and passion. And I wrote this song for my beautiful boyfriend, and I begged him to direct with me. And so we made this clip, and people can check it out online. If they look up Closer and my name, it will pop right up, and it's been very well received.
Speaking of seeing it online, your website has an excellent reel that's got a lot of great stuff. It's gigiedgley.com, right?
Yeah, and it's great because it gives people insight into my entire profile, because a lot of people in the States know me only through the sci-fi world, and a lot of people in Australia know me only through, the household name. So it shows people the full array of Gigi, which is kind of exciting.
No, that's great. Now, you did bring up another good point, personal projects that you're working on, and a big one that you and your brother Jake are working on is the Wanderland tour, right?
Brian, this is the biggest. It compares to nothing that I've ever done before. This is hands down the most exciting project that I've ever been involved with, and it's wonderful because it's made up all from people that I've met through Farscape, or people that I've met through conventions, or people that I've randomly met, at the Starbucks, and I've thought, I've got this idea. And how it came about was my brother and I have played all over the world, and I miss him desperately. I've got 7 brothers and sisters, and I miss them all. So I kind of dragged my brother over here to make music with me. So my secret plan is for him to stay forever. So just as an experiment, I put on Twitter and Facebook, hey guys, I'm trying to get my brother over to the States to hang out with me and play some tunes. If you guys have a backyard or a restaurant or a nightclub or a venue or a convention that you want to host us, or that you want to have us at, or that you want to come and see us, please let us know. And I just put it out there almost just as an experiment, thinking not much of it, but hoping that it would have some kind of pull on everyone, but you never know. So right. I got on the plane from New York, and by the time I arrived in LA, I checked my Facebook and Twitter, and it was the most momentous reaction I've ever had in the 20 years of all my social media pages being up. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this dream could really be a reality. So it's come together quite quickly, really, when you think about it. But we're going to be traveling literally all over the world. And how I approached it was, I was like, guys, where do you want us to be? And so it's sort of taken on its whole own entities. So we're going Sydney, Australia, San Diego, Martha's Vineyard, Connecticut, Allentown, New York, Tampa, Louisiana, Lake Charles, New Orleans.
I know.
Atlanta, Houston, Little Rock, Denver, San Francisco, Stockton Comic Con, Las Vegas, Hollywood, Toronto, hopefully the UK.
Okay.
But it's quite the journey, and it's all going to be within the matter of just over a month. So there will be not much rest.
Wow, that's crazy. Now, let's focus on the most important city in that whole list to me is New Orleans. Now, this is going to be your first time in the Big Easy, right?
Yes, I've never. So what is all, what this adventure means to me is it really, I put it out to the universe and went, okay, if dreams can come true, prove to me, universe, if dreams are real, and we can do this, let it come to fruition. And sure enough, so what we've done is we've combined the places that people want us to go to, and then I've also said to Jake, well, where do you want to go? And then I'll put it out to people in that town to see whether there's someplace there. And I said to him, I've never been to New Orleans. Would you like to go there? And he's like, sure. So at the amazing convention is CypherCon, we were sitting down, and I said, guys, does anyone know a place in New Orleans that we could play at? And sure enough, beautiful Megan and Drew surfaced, and they were like, we have 2 bands. We'd love to play with you. We can, research different locations and everything. So they booked us in at the Southport Hall, which I know you're a big fan of.
Absolutely, yes.
And the other part of this cool little tour is that we didn't just want to come into a town and put on a show. We want it to be a proper night where we all hang out together. We're keeping it small and intimate. It's 50 to 100 people max. We want to have a beautiful night where we have a dance and have a jam. And part of it was putting it out to the community and saying, guys, in your hometown, if you have some kind of talent, whether you're a musician or you're a poet or you're a burlesque dancer or you like to do live art, send us a message and come up and join us through the night. And so in each town that we're going to, we've got people throughout the communities that are going to be actually coming up on stage, jamming with us, doing burlesque, doing these live performances as well, because we want it to be a full community experience, and share the love.
No, that sounds great. Now, we are getting kind of close to a commercial break. So if you could tell folks out there where they can go to get tickets, where they can find more information about you and your brother Jake and the Future Knots and Suzaku 7 performing at Southport.
All right, cool. So we're going to be performing on the 9th of August, and people can get tickets. They can PayPal Little Empire Productions at gmail.com. Tickets are $15 for New Orleans. Also, you can check out the site so you can see Vibe. There's also a Facebook event page as well. The Wanderland site is www.wanderland.love. www.wanderland.love, wanderland.love, and all the information's there. And we can't wait to see you. As I said, it's going to be a very, very special adventure, and we would love to share it with you. It's all grassroots. It's all from the love and courage of our hearts, so we want to share that with you.
No, that's fantastic, Gigi, and we're so excited to have you in our city. And we are going to share this out on our Facebook page so folks can find out more information about it. Thank you so much, Gigi, for taking the time to tell folks about this.
My pleasure, Brian. Thank you for having me. I adore chatting with you, and you've been my lifesaver today, so thank you.
You're welcome. All right, that was an exciting interview with Gigi Edgely.
Yes, with charades. All right, so let's get right to it. We ain't got a whole lot of time.
This week in Geek History.
We're sending you back to the future!
Yes! Oh my God!
This Week in Geek History is brought to you by Jezebel Johnston, Devil's Handmaid by Nancy Hansen, read by Brian Held. Available on Amazon, Audible, and iTunes. This Week in Geek History.
Yes! Oh my gosh!
Da-na-na, da-na-na. Wow.
All right, Dave. First item on my list is June 4th, 1989. Nintendo introduces the Game Boy portable handheld video game system at CES in Chicago.
Well, that was nice of them.
Yes, and it made my life easier that I could take a car ride with my wife over 3 hours and not have her. Are we there yet? Are we there yet?
You just gave her the 3DS?
Yeah, just here. Take the Game Boy.
Just take it. Stop talking. Nice.
Yeah.
I thought, and I hear was thinking it was only good for kids.
No, works on my wife too. All right, June 5th, 1978.
Dog, I had nothing to do with this.
Taito introduces the classic arcade game Space Invaders.
Oh, that was a great game.
Yes. Of course, it was very influential for years. And in the weeks immediately following the release, Japan experienced a nationwide shortage of the 100 yen coin.
Nice. That's awesome.
That was cool.
Cool. All
right. Let's see if you can guess this one. June 7th, 1985. All right. Directed by Richard Donner. Written by Steven Spielberg and Chris Columbus. And starring Sean Austin, Josh Brolin.
Oh, Goonies.
There you go. Yeah.
Love me some damn Goonies, man.
Jeff Cohen, Corey Feldman, Cary Green, and Jonathan Key-Kwan. Yeah.
Booty traps. That's what I say, booty traps.
That was a great movie.
It was.
All right. June 8th, 1949. This is not supposed to be a documentary. George Orwell's dystopian novel, 1984, is published.
Nice.
Yes.
Well, and here we are.
Yes. This is as political as we get here.
Yeah, basically.
So read the book. It's not a roadmap.
Absolutely. Now, as always, though, Brian, we want to strongly urge people to check out our Facebook page, facebook.com/The Week in Geek. Check out our website at twigradio.com. Follow us on Twitter at twigradio and the Instagrams, The Week in Geek. Now, Brian, how can people listen to this lovely show?
Well, if you missed any part of tonight's show or you want to hear your favorite part again, you can find us on Spreaker.com or download Spreaker for your smartphone or tablet. We're also on iTunes, YouTube, Stitcher, Google Play, the iHeartRadio app, and at WRNO.com.
Absolutely. All right, so let's get some. You want to knock out birthdays? Or?
In 1 second, okay. I just want to mention welcome to all of our new Facebook fans. We've had hundreds of likes in the past few days.
I know, man. Look, Cyber Ernie even knocked one out the park. He made something go viral. You put something up that went viral. It's crazy talk.
It is. All right, birthdays. You ready?
Yes.
On the 4th, Angelina Jolie.
Ooh,
yes. On the 5th, Marky
How was the
Mark.
New Tomb Raider? Did that New Tomb Raider do any good?
I think it did all right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think we did talk about it. See?
Yeah. On the 5th, Mark Wahlberg. On the
I need some funky bunch going to break.
There you go. On the 6th is Daniel Logan. He played the young Boba Fett in the prequel movies.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. On the 7th, Carl Urban, my favorite Judge Dredd.
Oh, yeah. I love him.
Oh, yeah. On the 8th, Colin Baker. He's the 6th Doctor.
Oh, I saw an action figure of him today at MightyCon.
Cool.
Yeah, it was pretty
And
awesome.
on the 9th, Natalie Portman.
Oh, Natalie.
Yes.
Oh, Natalie. All right, Brian, what do we got going on next week?
Oh,
do we even know or care?
Well, of course.
Sleeping in?
No. Hopefully it goes better than this show.
It can't be any worse.
Right. We are going to continue our E3 coverage next week.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we're going to bring. We should probably just bring Skungy in the studio.
Right, and I do have an interview set up, a pre-record with Stephen Moore, the author. We're going to get that knocked out this week, and it looks like the next event that we're going to be at is the Baby Cake Star Wars night. That's June 29th.
That'll be a fun night.
It will be.
And actually, tomorrow, guys, tune in to Sports 1280 at about 10 a.m. We got huge news for me and Brian, though, too, because, I don't know, great things are afoot.
They are.
Strange things are afoot at the Circle K.
Yeah.
Let's just say you're going to be hearing a lot more of me.
There you go. Awesome. Well,
and Marky Mark and that funky bunch.
Nice. Oh, Jesus.
What? It's Marky Mark.
All right. Fair enough.
It's Mark's birthday.
Okay.
All right, guys. Till next time, keep your nerd flag raised high.
GFL.
Jesus, let's go home.
Come on, swing. New home for Walton and Johnson, News Talk 99.5 WRNO FM, New Orleans, an iHeart radio station.